Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today I would like to introduce our project on electrical power generation using a solar power plant. Solar power generation is one of the most important renewable energy source used today to produce electricity in an environmentally friendly way. A solar power plant converts sunlight into electrical energy using photovoltaic PV cells or solar thermal system. With the increasing demand for clean energy and the needs to reduce dependence on fossil fuels, solar energy has become a key solution for sustainable power generation. Solar power generation has emerged as a cornerstone of the global transition towards renewable energy. Unlike conventional power plants that rely on finite fossil fuels, solar power systems harness energy from the sun and inexhaustible and clean resource. In Malaysia, our strategic equatorial location provide a high average solar irradiance of approximately 1,581 to 1,911 kilowatt hours per square meter, making it ideal for both large-scale solar (LSS) project and residential photovoltaic PV installation. This report explores the operational mechanics of solar system, their economic feasibility in the Malaysian context, and comparative analysis with conventional power plants. Thank you.
This is my part. Operational principle. The primary method for generating electricity from sunlight is through photovoltaic technology. This process is based on photovoltaic effect, where semiconductor materials such as a silicon absorb sunlight and convert the photon energy into electrical energy. When sunlight hits the PV cell, electrons within the material begin to move, producing a direct current electricity. However, the DC electricity produced by the solar panel cannot be directly used by the most electrical equipment or supplied to the national grid. Therefore, an inverter is used to convert the DC electricity into alternative current, so that it can be used in a normal electrical system. After that, a transformer is used to increase the voltage level for efficient power transmission. The electricity is then supplied to the electrical grid or used direct by consumer, depending on the system setup. In general, this operating principle enables solar power plants to generate electrical energy in a clean and renewable manner, without using a fuel or producing a harmful emission, making solar energy one of the most environmentally friendly method of the power generation.
Assalamualaikum. So as you can see, I will explain to you guys about the generation process and block diagram. The generation of the solar power follows a clear systematic process. It all begins when sunlight hits the photovoltaic cells within a solar panel. These cells perform the vital task of converting light into direct current or DC electricity. Because our homes and industry run on alternating current, the next step is conversion. We use an inverter to change the DC power and AC electricity, ensuring the energy is stable, safe, and ready for everyday use. To move this power efficiently over a long distance, we use a transformer to step up the voltage. This minimizes energy loss during transmission. Finally, this clean energy is either fed into the national grid or delivered direct to the consumer. Here in Malaysia, we are seeing incredible progress in this field. For example, the Solarpack Surya plant in Sungai Petani produced nearly 91 megawatts of power. Additionally, the TNB Bukit Selembang Solar 2 project contributes another 50 megawatts. Together, these facilities are driving Malaysia towards renewable energy goals and reducing our dependence on fossil fuel. So we don't use much fossil fuels lah. We can use renewable energy.
So for this slide, I will explain the economics of solar power generation in Malaysia. First is the initial cost. The upfront investment is the biggest challenge for most users. In Malaysia, a residential solar system between 3 to 10 kilowatt usually costs around 15,000 to 40,000 ringgit. For commercial or large-scale systems above 10 kilowatt, the cost can exceed Rm 50,000 to 70,000 ringgit. Next is the running and maintenance cost. Solar power plants have very low operating costs because sunlight is free. Maintenance mainly involves cleaning the solar panels and doing annual inspections. The estimate cost is around 500 to 1,000 per year. Lastly, the payback period with government incentive such as net energy metering. The typical payback period in Malaysia range from 4 to 10 years. After that, users can enjoy lower electricity bills and long-term savings. Now I will present some examples of solar power plants in Malaysia. The first example is Solarpack Surya Sungai Petani located in Kedah with a capacity of 19.88 megawatt. The second example is TNB Bukit Selambau Solar 2 also located in Kedah with a capacity of 50 megawatt. The third example is UiTM Solar Power Sendirian Berhad located in Gambang, Pahang with a capacity of 50 megawatt. And lastly, I will compare solar power plants with conventional coal or steam power plants. First, in terms of overall efficiency, solar power plants have an efficiency about 15% to 22%, depending on the technology. Conventional plants have higher efficiency, around 20% to 40%, due to higher energy density from full combustion. Second, for site selection, solar plants require large areas with high solar irradiation, usually in open or decentralized locations. Conventional plants are centralized and located near water bodies for cooling and near fuel transport routes. And third, regarding the limit of source, solar energy is renewable but intermittent, meaning it does not produce power at night or during cloudy days. Conventional plants rely on fossil fuels which are finite and will eventually deplete. And lastly, in terms of environmental impact, solar plants produce minimal carbon emissions during operation. In contrast, conventional plants release large amounts of CO2, SO2 and NOx, contributing to pollution and climate change. That is the comparison between solar and conventional power plants.
I will explain the advantages and disadvantages of solar power plant. For advantages, First, solar energy is renewable and unlimited because it comes from the sun. As long as the sun exists, we can continue to generate electricity without running out of resources. Second, solar power has low operating and maintenance costs. After the installation of the solar panel and equipment, the system does not require much maintenance compared to other power plants that use fuel. Third, solar system can be installed on both small and large scale. For example, they can be installed on rooftop for house or built as large solar farm to supply electricity to many users. For the advantages, first, the initial installation cost is quite high. The solar panel, inverter, battery, and other equipment require a large investment at the beginning. Second, the solar power depends on sunlight. It cannot generate electricity at night, and its performance is reduced during cloudy or rainy weather. Third, large solar power plants require a large land area. This can be a problem in places where land is limited or expensive. In conclusion, solar power plants provide a clean, renewable, and sustainable ways to generate electricity. Although the initial cost is high and the system depends on sunlight, the long-term benefit, low maintenance costs, and minimal environmental impact make solar energy a good solution for the future. Thank you.